Hey friends, welcome to a brand new video of my career Q&A. So our today's topic is all about the smart work that you're going to do from now on. So as you can see, I've abbreviated the word smart as the specific work, the measurable work, the actionable work, the realistic work, and the time-bound work that you're going to do from now on. So let's begin. If you want, you can just read the instructions given, but as again, if you don't want to, you don't need to, because hey, your coach is here. So as you can see that I made a table for myself, and the purpose of my today's video is that in life, in day-to-day life, we take so much of work pressure and workload that you know the finished product of the work is sometimes not up to the mark what we expect, right, or we expected. So what we can do is that whatever work we take on our hands, maybe it is the work of someone else's, or maybe it's our personal work, we can just break that vast work into small tiny actionable pieces, so that we don't have to just think about the whole work at once. We can just complete the tiny bits, the tiny parts one by one, and accumulating all those tiny parts into one will finish our entire work. So today's topic is actually about the about the smart work you do, and also about those tiny small activities. How will you break your mega vast work and activities into small tiny bits, so it is easy, it is very measurable, and it's actionable, right? So let's begin. As you can see in the table below, I have put the heading as your smart actions. How important those work are for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, you can just mark them. The approx time, what you think the time will take to complete that action. What's the due date if you have any? And what is the support system that you can get or you already have to complete the work? So as an example, I'm taking an example of someone who might be preparing for the GMAT examinations. And as you know, the GMAT examinations are very tough, and also the course is very vast. So how can someone, break those vast course into small, tiny, actionable, and measurable and specific tasks, so that by the end of his due date, he or she can finish the GMAT examination completely, and he can just nail it, up to the mark. So as you can see, I wrote here, prepare for my GMAT examinations, right? And how important is that for me? On a scale of 1 to 10, I wrote 9. You can write it 10 as well, it depends, right? I'm just giving an example. So approx time per day on a 24-hour basis, I just took 5 hours a day. You can even take 10 hours a day, or you can just take 2 hours a day. It depends upon person to person. So the due date is the 1st December. While shooting the video, today is the 16th of September. And just for example, or just for the sake of taking an example, I'm just taking a 2 or 3 months of due date, where I can just finish my GMAT examinations preparation. So what is a support system that I might need? Let's go through it. Too much time spent in social media and pep talk with friends. So I have to avoid too much time on social media. I have to just stop, scrolling my phone every time. I think that will save me, so much time for myself. And I also need to attend my GMAT online coaching classes every day at a day. If I took some online classes for my better preparations, I cannot skip that, right? I cannot even skip one class, and I need to attend those classes and practice later. So I think you can just add your own, examples. The main reason for today's video, as I already mentioned, is to break down your vast work or vast task into smallest measurable tasks, so that after joining and completing all those small measurable tasks, you finally come out with the finished product, where each and every bit is very perfect and very specific, very measurable, and very realistic. And it will be, trust me, it will be very time worthy. So as you know that one of the segment of the GMAT examination is the analytical writing assessment for GMAT, right? There are so many topics, 1, 2, 3, and there are a vast majority of topics which the GMAT people will ask you. So how important this small task is for me? It's 10 out of 10. That's why I made it red color. So how much time exactly I can give for my writing assessment? I can give out of 5, I can give 2 hours per day to my writing assessment, right? And what's the due date for this writing assessment task to complete, or to master it? I'm just taking a due date of a total 4 days from the starting date. If I start today, I can just give myself 4 days for the topics from 1 to 3. Suppose if there are topics from 1 to 10, for the first 3 topics, just to practice my writing according to my coaching classes, according to my guidebooks, I just need 3 or 4 days. So these 3 or 4 days, I am not going to, do anything else. I'm just going to concentrate on my writing part and only those specific topics from 1 to 3, right? It's very easy now. You can just read those 1 or 3 topics which you wrote again and again. It will not take you time, and you can just perfect the writing every time, right? So what I might need to get perfected the topics. So the first thing which I wrote is, I have to pick a topic and stick with it, right? I have to use very specific examples to highlight the topic, to make that topic very meaningful. And I have to refute the other side of the argument. I have to also, think about joining the other side, the other aspects, the other perspective of the topic. So you can just add your own and on and on. You can just make a table and you have to just imply those, and I promise you it will be a very meaningful task, and since it's a very short task, you can just measure it. As I said, you can take actions on it, and it's very specific and very time bound. The time bound here is the 4 days. So I just made a table. You can just copy it, right? And you can add your own task here. Whatever task you think is a very huge task, maybe an interview schedule, maybe you have to prepare for your promotion, maybe you have to study physics or whatsoever, right? You can just put your big task in this table. You can just break the task into very smaller nibble topics, and then you have to work upon it. And when you add these small topics one by one from these 2, 3 or 4, whatever you write here, the final thing you'll get is the main heading. And trust me, this result will be a lot more fruitful. Why? Because you took exact measurable specific actions on these nibbles, and these small nibbles has been added up to make your vast work the most perfect successful work till date. And also I forgot to mention, when you just finish your work, this nibbles, you can just make a tick mark here, just write, just like I mentioned here, just tick mark, so that you keep in the record of yourself that yes, I finished my work, I finished my smallest part of the work in due date and due time. So I conclude my video today. I hope it has helped you, in breaking down your vast work into smaller parts, and I hope that you can finish your ongoing vast task, in a very perfect manner from now on. So, are you craving for more videos like this? Subscribe now to my channels at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. You can also follow my site at www.mycareerqna.com. So, until next time, take care. See you soon.